After a year of sabbatical, Doug Hayes rejoined the Mustangs in 1985 to continue his leadership, which started in 1974. Craig Boydell joined him as an assistant coach after re-establishing the JV team the previous year. Following the moderate success of the 1984-85 squad, with 9 returning players, 5 of which were starters, internally this version of the Stangs had high expectations. However, this optimism was dealt a severe blow when Greg Moore, the team's MVP, and a big part of the offense and the defensive game, suffered a season-changing knee injury. Under the leadership of Coach Hayes, the team formed its identity through the challenging preseason competition. Through their transition game, they forced the pace offensively. Though undersized, they worked hard to rebound and become an excellent defensive team, a cohesive unit that depended on all its members. Another key feature of this team was the extreme versatility at every position, both offensively and defensively. This would serve them well going into the extremely tough OUA West, where they would have to contend with the likes of Waterloo. Waterloo, the preseason favorites, had 4 returning All-Stars. Western, by comparison, was outsized at each front court position, and the team had no All-Stars from the previous years. In summary, they were a largely unknown group of ordinary players.
Hurst, a 71% shooter. And that one goes in for number 41, Mike Fedak. There's a lot of depth going for them this year as you look at Fedak and Van de Bovenkamp. As Jeff Penner breaking with him on the right side. Now he'll drop it back. McHale. The Warriors trail it by 5. John McHale has a chance to make it 7. Kevin feeds it over to Cavender. Cavender, nice layup.
Foot movement in the part of the defender, Cavender. He moves over there.
We have ourselves overtime. 23-point average. Beautiful pass to Penner from half of the Western Mustangs. Gets the ball back from Kevin. Now Thompson. They've got 4 on 1 here. If they can break it quickly, Jamie Ziegel.
Western opened up the playoffs with a convincing win versus Laurier, 87-75 at Alumni Hall, setting the stage for a West Division final versus key rivals Waterloo. The Mustangs fell to Waterloo in a tough battle, 71-66. The Mustangs made their way to the CIAU Eastern Regional and faced the Atlantic Conference champs UPEI. In an overtime game, they prevailed 78-74. A hard-working defense contained the Panther guards, while Chris Cavender and Peter Van de Bovenkamp combined for 48 points. The opponents for the final were the home team Acadia Axemen. In front of 3,000 boisterous hometown supporters, the Mustangs came away with a 1-point victory, 63-62. Coach Hayes commented that we just wore them down and took them out of their offense. That place was crazy. I have never heard a gym louder than that. Waterloo crowds are loud, but Chris was voted tournament MVP. The East Region champs moved to the Final Four in Halifax. Western had not been to a national championship since the 1968 team achieved that feat. Waiting for them was a familiar rival, the Waterloo Warriors. The third meeting in 4 weeks resulted in a 2-point loss, 69-67, but not without controversy. With the ball and down 1, a probable foul was deemed a travel. "It's hard not to travel when you get knocked down," said Doug Hayes. After the game, Chris said, "I got hit from both sides. When the whistle went, I thought, all right, I have a chance to win this." But alas, it was not to be. Peter Van de Bovenkamp and Jamie Ziegel led the team in scoring. With a bronze medal on the line, they defeated the Saskatchewan Huskies 78-71. Greg Moore made a remarkable contribution with 13 points and 6 rebounds. John McHale was 5 for 5 from the floor. And for his part, Jamie Ziegel was all-tournament. Together, the 1985-86 team exceeded everyone else's expectations. A group of 13 relatively unknown individuals achieved success on the national level. With a commitment to each other, a willingness to do the things that are unlikely to make headlines or highlights, inspiration and leadership, they achieved much more than the sum of their parts. Where does this team stand in the history of Western's athletics? They captured Western's only regional championship in the 60 years of Canadian National University basketball, the 1991 National Championship, the silver medal of the 2002 team, and the 1986 bronze are Western's highest national honors. What happened to this group of men following the magical 1985-86 season? In 2008, they established the Doug and Loretta Hayes Scholarship Fund in memory of Coach Hayes, who died in 2010. They were inducted into the Backcourt Club in 2016. On a yearly basis, they continue to celebrate their lifelong friendships, and in 2022, they held their 36-year reunion. A remarkable group with so much to be thankful for.